knows there's something in the soil sample we already have, so she's just trying to distract us. Analyze the soil samples 100 times. Are you telling me to give up? No, of course not. But I mean, I understand the need to cling to anything. Cling. Okay, so I'm crazy now. That's not what I meant. Go, Dr. Hodgins. Look this way again.
He still has nightmares. Says he wakes up in a sweat.
Should have been resistant. This must be difficult for you too. If you need any.
I'm fine. What about the weight and size of the victim's remains? Yeah, it's a good idea. Check it out. You're the first set of documents you asked for. Whoa, numbers than I've ever seen in my life.
Right, thanks. You okay?
Oh, you mean because there's cases of career killers? I'm cute. I can always learn to joke.
Well, if they're going to do something, they always do, right?
Do you really believe that, Sheree?
Well, they saved my life. Remember, that was impossible.
I'll give you that one. So how's your girlfriend holding up?
She's fine. She's not my girlfriend.
Oh, so those little lips between you?
Nothing.
Right. We hope you're more believable on the stand. Have Angela run these numbers as quickly as she can. The judge isn't going to give me more than a day. Well, I came out dry. Brendan and I was compiling another set, but he saw that I'm trying to drag Captain's voice from his ransom base.
Well, any luck?
She used a variable band inversion, so the wave is broken up into hundreds of small sections. Each section scrambled with different frequency sequences.
Didn't ask me if I found anything in the soil samples.
Did you?
No, of course not. Sweets is right. Do that. We're really keeping it together here, Ange.
Well, you were saying not to marry me.
I don't feel strong enough to tell anybody yet. I feel like she's still got me locked up.
Mama's just sitting around when it's Saturday and I should be playing with
When I
her.
see her, there's just this
Yeah,
anger, that helplessness that comes right now.
I know how you can earn another cookie and wipe your eyes.
And I feel like she's still in between us.
Well, she's not. Look at me. She's not. Nobody can get this thing.
Well, this is necessary and you get a cookie after.
Your whole court documents went to the prosecutor of case numbers, criminal code numbers, and then there are zip codes.
Come on.
Well, that's great and all, but you know, it's not going to be any good if you starve yourself to death.
Well, who's laughing at me?
I know you hate this, but you get a cookie after, so
You hope.
relax.
She may be immoral,
Don't
but
fight
she's
it. It'll
really.
be over faster.
What if her dispassion makes her more likely? What if that gives her an advantage?
Wait a second, now you're upset because you're not more like a psychopath.
I just think maybe I've lost my advantage because of all the people I'm involved in. All of the relationships, they complicate logical thought.
You don't need now.
Can we please just work?
Sure. Salt Lake City.
What?
When we arrested Taffet, she used her one phone call from jail to Salt Lake City, area code 801.
Well, she's representing herself, so it couldn't be to a lawyer. Who would she call in Salt Lake City?
Stop.
Claire Pizza, how may I help you?
None of the employees at the pizza place have a connection to Taffet. None of them here have any criminal records.
So the phone records show that Taffet hung up after
Good
Ted's death.
girl.
What's not a call?
Good girl.
Angela
Now
says
you
she's
get
a
a
number
cookie.
with the
Now
numerical
you get a
sequencing.
cookie.
This
Yeah.
has to be the number.
Thank you for letting mommy clean your face. Hopefully it's cumulative. There you go.
running a marathon, I think that I think it matches any artist. But I'm coming up with nothing.
I see somebody.
Ah, hello.
Hello.
Oh, Dennis.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
I don't know where Greg is yet, but I forgot to send the email. So
Yeah. Actually, I've been chatting with Greg on Skype, so he's ready, I think.
And I should be able to pull everyone together, keep them on track.
Want to guarantee the outcome. I wish that were possible. You know, we knew this was going to be an uphill battle.
I can hardly believe it. We all knew she was listening. So someplace we assumed that in a just world she'd pay for
So
what
for the time being, I'm the only one to be connected.
Things a just world.
yep. So
Okay.
what you want to do to practice is oh, there's Greg. He's
Yeah.
coming.
Oh,
Okay, there's the audio. Much better.
There we go.
So there's no way to do a dry test without publishing it, huh?
No, I want to do the publishing anyways, just cause.
Oh, you fucking assholes!
I will
The
believe
customers of Google and Schmuckerberg. God, what dicks they are.
well, yeah. No, I wanted to make sure that I had stuff all set up that I can publish, and I have already checked. I will check on the other side too.
Now, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to turn off Wi-Fi on this phone and just use the good old happy 4G LTE service from AT&T. That will. All right, this is just the telephone.
Okay. Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You've got a good telephone signal.
We generally do. We're in the 21st century out here in Wyoming.
Unlike me,
Also, my T1 circuit here cost me half as much as it did in Lake Tahoe.
oh well, yeah, I'm sure. Well,
Oh,
I
phone
am
service.
sitting at the foot of this thing called Communication Hill in the middle of Silicon Valley, and my cell phone reception sucks.
Well, you see, that's what the net neutrality people, quote unquote, are all after. They're after it being considered as high a national priority for people to watch 4K porn as for us to hold, say, a standards meeting.
Well, of course,
Of course.
absolutely.
Now, when the
In
internet was
fact,
designed, IPv4 has an 8-bit header field for type of service. What do you suppose that's for?
uh,
Discriminating between the trivial and the sublime.
I know.
But Al Gore should know that. He designed the internet, didn't he?
You're right.
So why didn't he tell them?
So the practice for both of you now then is one or the other of you, probably only one at a time so that you can verify that it actually happened, is you need to go up to the left-hand corner and do a screen share. Greg, you probably are.
I'm not going to do much of a screen share on my telephone. What the hell good does that do you?
Well, it depends. You've got
Well, that's the point. That's the point. I'm not going to be showing off anything on the screen. I'm going to be showing off shit on the bench like that. All right.
Yeah.
So,
and as I was saying that, yes, I remembered.
Well, Dennis, I'm not going to share my screen. Actually, I prepared a video that I will post on YouTube, and I think it's possible to download it.
Absolutely. If you've got a
Okay.
video, I will download that in advance and make sure I've got a hard copy of it. And
Okay.
just play it from there, and you can again just join us and kibitz as we go back and forth.
Well, yeah, if there will be any questions, I wanted to be sure that this online link would work.
Yep.
So for Q&A session, otherwise the presentation will be offline. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Not a problem. In fact, that's preferred.
Okay.
Because as with most of the times that I have practiced, everything works perfectly fine in practice. And then I get to Stanford, and it all goes to shit. And
Yeah.
but it's been it. I think they also had problem. I can't remember exactly when it started, but they may have been on their summer break, and IT was probably low on a Saturday.
Well, another important thing to consider though is just use a good 4G LTE phone circuit as a backup, because if you're suspicious that the net's connection at Stanford is subliminally poor, all that's really required is substitute something better.
Right. I would have to figure out how to do that.
It's called a Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone.
I know how to do it with mine, yes. But the fun part is that I'm already connected USB to my phone, which for the video.
Yeah, that's USB.
Yes, it's
the Wi-Fi connection. The 802.11 radio is not being used unless you decide to, and if you decide to use it as a hotspot rather than as a connection client, you're in good shape. That all goes fine. My phone does it in the background fine.
I got to make sure it can do both at the same time.
Yeah. We do shit like going down the highway in motorcades and have one of the people in one of the cars turn on their phone, and we've got Wi-Fi in all the cars. So. Pretty well.
Okay. I will certainly try. And
it's worth considering. If you are suspicious that the connectivity at Stanford is the problem, that's one way to completely bypass them.
That's true. That's true.
Who is that that's trying to get your attention there, Dennis?
Our new rescue dog, man. That's Mandy, and likes chewing on my hands.
He's curious.
So
shall I assume that the next week you will send a link, the same like today?
Yes.
And when I click it, I connect to this Hangouts, right?
Yep. At somewhere, I think I had the schedule up here on one of these pages. Where was I? There, that one, and that one.
I see something behind Daniel that I find pleasing.
What do you see there?
It makes me feel nice and homey. See that?
What do you think?
You see the nice radiator?
Oh yeah, radiator. Yeah, finally, I'm not in basement as I've been the years before. I already have my office in my house, so now it's more pleasant to do stuff here.
Are you running water or steam?
I'm sorry?
You running water or steam?
Oh, water.
Yep. You know that this place comprises a total of actually 4 stories, right? The boiler is in the basement making hot water. It's been doing that for 93 years.
Oh.
And it still does it very nicely. There is no pump anywhere in the system. It's all convection circulated with varying pipe diameters, and it works just fine.
Great. It has to be boiler of what was that in English? Cast iron?
Yes, and it was made in slices so you could carry it down narrow staircases.
Incredible.
No, it was originally coal fired and then converted to gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michigan too.
Yeah, screw that. Well, the nice thing about it, Dennis, is when you don't have forced air central heating. Guess what else you don't have?
I'm not sure.
A couple things. One thing you don't have is dust everywhere.
Correct. Correct.
Oh yeah.
And another thing you don't have is no heat when the power goes out.
Hmm.
A convection hot water system that is gas fired does not use anything electric.
Well, in my case, in the one in Michigan, what we had was a carbon monoxide poisoning because the exhaust flue broke and dropped down on the wall, so it still looked like it was in the wall.
Oh, oh.
So
Oh,
and soot on the walls everywhere, always soot.
Well, one of these guys did this right, and that is that the boiler room, of course, is built around one of the roots of one of the chimneys, and so the flue for the boiler is in fact just direct injection into the chimney column.
Yep. That's the good way.
That's how they did things 140 years ago.
Right. But yeah, we had a few of them back in Michigan.
Okay, guys. I have to leave you now.
Yeah.
All right.
So seems everything works.
Yep.
Okay. So the backup is that if for some reason none of this works at all next Saturday, then we're going to be on Skype talking on the telephone. Do you have the plumbing to get Skype into your audio path there, Dennis?
Yeah, I've got Skype here, and we can do that too.
But you've got the plumbing also.
I'll have to make sure that I can do that. But yes, I can tether my phone. I've done that before. I can do. We'll figure it out at the time.
I'll send you a link to virtual cable. That's what we use for plumbing Skype to other shit in Windows boxes.
Okay, that would be cool.
It's very handy. That's why, for example, we can use Sam Broadcaster to drive a shoutcast server of a Skype conversation.
Okay,
and that's nice for doing interviews and jerks and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Okay. And I see from the schedule that we start at 8:30. So somewhere around that point in time, I will be sending a little, probably somewhere after 8 o'clock, 8:15 or so. I'll fire it up.
Alrighty. We're going to be truncated this year. We don't have, Charlie, of course, is not participating any longer in the company, and no one else has volunteered to go make any speeches, and so it's basically going to be Daniel for a half hour and me for probably 2 half-hour segments, and Stefan for a short one on an update on what he's doing. If Stefan's video canned for him.
And that will be a second feed in the afternoon too. So you can probably ignore the first feed in the morning.
Gotcha.
And, just hop in a little bit before you guys are ready in the schedule.
Sure. Good, clean fun.
Okay. Cool.
Well, thank you very much. It was worth doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that it does work next week so we can be more interactive.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Dennis.